Hello, everyone. Yes, we have gathered today as well to the International Youth Summit 2022 to discuss another goal of the Sustainable Development Goals. So we are live on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. You can join us from there. And also, this is a great initiative conducted by the Creative Writing Modern Age, so like us on our Facebook page as well. So first of all, I would like to wish all the teachers, the mentors, the lecturers, professors, a very happy Teachers' Day. I know it was internationally celebrated yesterday, but here in Sri Lanka, we are celebrating it today. So I thought I might add my wishes too, because we are here in this summit as well because of such an inspired woman, a mentor, a professor, Professor Rachna Chakraborty. Ma'am, my wishes to you too. So let's see what United Nations have implemented in 2015 to end poverty in the world. The Sustainable Development Goals. What are Sustainable Development Goals? The Sustainable Development Goals are called for action by all the countries, poor, rich, and middle income, to promote prosperity while protecting the planet. They recognize that ending poverty must go hand in hand with strategies that build economic growth and address a range of social needs, including education, health, social protection, and job opportunities, while tackling climate change and environmental protection. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development provides a global blueprint for dignity, peace, and prosperity for people and the planet, now and in the future. The Sustainable Development Goals adopted by the UN member states are 17 thematic areas, also known as Global Goals for Transform the World. The goals are as follows: no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry, innovation and infrastructure, reduced inequality, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate action, life below water, life on land, peace and justice, strong institutions, partnerships to achieve the goals. The impact of these goals on global sustainable development will largely depend on the world's ability to transition to new governance of sustainability that recognizes the roles and responsibilities of local and subnational governance. So we are heading to the 13th goal, which is climate action. So this is the moment for the Creative Writing Modern Age, the hosting community. So this is an initiative of Professor Rachna Chakraborty, who believes that all writing, listening, and speaking skills of students or any individual makes a perfect individual. So she has made this community a large one with training thousands of kids and individuals within a very short span of 3 years. And we have events for all the people, all the communities of poets, authors, and storytellers. This inaugural is also one such initiative of her. We also have a co-authoring project which is happening annually in Creative Writing Modern Age. So join our team to witness more. So I'm Sachini Surya joining from Sri Lanka with a new set of speakers, and also some of them have been in the session from the beginning as well. So I'm not going to bring you any guidelines today because we have such great speakers in our panel today. So I must add a little thing to say that give your maximum, because we have a great audience and a great followers. So give a productive time for them. So as the first speaker, we have a familiar face all the way from Bangladesh, Ambassador Noor Ahmed. So this time is for yours.
Can you hear me perfectly?
Yeah, yes, sir. You can start.
Okay, I should off my camera so that the network will be okay. All right. So I'm extremely sorry for that because I should have everything okay. I should have opened the camera and my words. Anyway, the situation won't be perfect all the time, but we won't stop. Anyway, thank you so much, my dear honorable sister, for giving me the floor. And today we are talking about that Sustainable Goal 13. So maybe you are asking that what is Sustainable Goal 13? As you all know, that Sustainable Development Goal 13 is a climate action. It's one of the 17 sustainable goals that is established by the United Nations. So as we all know that its main motive, this is the goal that take urgent action to combat climate change and its impact. And this is this actually covered the five targets for which are to be achieved by 2030. But if you consider the first three targets, those are the output targets that is strengthen resilience, adaptive capacity to climate-related disaster. And the rest of the two targets are focused the means of achieving targets. That means to implement the United Framework Convention on Climate Change and to promote the mechanism to raise the capacity for planning and management. My dear honorable sister, my dear honorable delegates, and my dear honorable participants who have joined from the different parts of the world. As you all have been experiencing that these decades from 2012 to 2022 was the warmest decade recorded in history. Currently, climate change is affecting the global community in every nation across the world. Actually, what's happened? The impact of climate change is not only impact the national economics, but also lives and livelihood, especially those in vulnerable conditions. From the 2018, the climate change continue exacerbating the frequency of natural disaster like massive wildfire, drought, hurricane, and flood. And for the greenhouse emission of developed countries is transition that declined by 6.5% though, but however, the emission of the developing countries are up by 43%. This is another burning for all of the nations. Maybe you are also thinking of that. How can we relate the SDG 13 to the another SDGs? For the every single SDG is interconnected with another SDG. So SDG 7 is directly connected with the SDG 13. And SDG 7 energy. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
I'm so
yes.
sorry for the several thing is going on. Anyway, there is a lot of challenges I have been doing for the implementing the SDGs 13. So for the some other network issue, I'm not focusing all those and right now, but try to figure out that why it's happened. Every single year, even most of the time, the most of the developed countries are developing countries are actually doing the conference to consider the challenge. All right. I'm extremely sorry for interrupting the number of time. Anyway, most of the climate, sorry, every single developing country, even the developed country, they have been doing the several conferences related to the climate change. And for that perspective, still we are not finding the constructive solution regarding that because they do their conference They actually pass some of the information, but for the execution part, nothing had been showing as well. So yes, now is the come to my part that how can youth can be the part of this SDG, right? So I'm just figure out and try to figure out each and every one that how can you, if you are youth today, how could you be part of this SDG 13? You can doing the awareness program and why it's required because for some part of the country who have been facing the every single year natural disaster because of the riverine country, because of the hill text country, and because of the, some other portion, they are not being aware because of they are living under poverty. Even they are not even having so much information to mitigate their all the losses. So for this perspective, we can youth can do uh, awareness program for make them aware. Okay, number two, if you consider that you can be part of the another way that is uh, they can stand on the side of this underprivileged people of those riverine country, riverine side of the country and some part of the country, because most of the underprivileged people whoever actually live in that those area, they are very poor in nature and they are not able to uh, raise their voice to get their rights and get their all the facilities. So if youth are uh, stand on with them, so I think they can have the courage to raise their voices because that what is required. So youth can actually make a group or climate group or climate parliament group so that they can discuss each other that what kind of disaster happening their community and how can we mitigate those disasters problem, or where can we reduce the disaster based all the losses. So this is the way they can also do that. And there's another way. If you are live in the urban area, even if you are living for the other area that where you are not able to connect it with the remote side area where they are facing, so you can do you can make some video, you can raise some specific topic, raise awareness and post all those in the social medias. So it would be great to you to get the uh, and get to be the part of this program. So another way, so if for the, any decision making places where youth can be also the part of this, because some of the United Nations, some of the youth parliament, we can see the youth raising their voice, but that is not actually that much. So we have to have those participation to get a effective guidance to be the community resilience program and some other way. So not only this, also youth can be part of this by starting their work and making some sort of small project. Small project is like they can uh, train themselves first, and they can train the underprivileged people who have been living in the riverine country and coastal area, and where they can also inform them that you can uh, you can make the fertilizer from your wastage, you can reduce the plastic, you can make some clean sustainable environment. And if you consider those things, I think you can be able to lead a life with the green environment. So they can do some sort of program and sort of uh, things so that they can able to be like the correct youth action. All right. So as I shared earlier, youth. Maybe you were thinking that youth are youth are very strong in nature. They are not. They are able to fight all the disasters and some other things. But for the reality perspective, youth people are not only victim of this climate change. They also are vulnerable um, contributors to climate action, because where any disasters happen in any locality, trust me, most of the portion of the youth actually, if you consider the girls, they are actually they are forced to got married. Therefore they are actually are not able to continue the education because they are the innovators. If youth can innovate some green energy for their community. Well, I'm so sorry. I'm because so much network disturbance problem. I'm not going to say that much, and I'm extremely sorry for all the intervention, all the disturbance that is happening right now. So that's all about my part. Thank you so much for
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, first of all, for being here, even when you are in a busy situation.
and even don't think
Yes,
about this climate action. Always the youth, I mean, government, the stakeholder will do that. Trust me, your responsibility also be the part of this climate action. So don't stop yourself and try to be the change maker for your
Yeah, we lost him, I think, Sachin,
yes,
because of the
yes,
network.
ma'am.
His traveling is in the airport.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. So I also want to bring one fact Ambassador Noor pointed out. We all talk about these things every day, but have we implemented anything, at least in ourselves, the individual level? Even yesterday also, Professor Rajana, even Noor and Dr. Pratik was telling that cultivate that in yourself, first bring it out from your end, then we can change the world. So I was also thinking, what things have I implemented in myself, being in the session for like more than a week? Have I got anything? So I also want to ask yourselves, have we all got anything out from our sessions? So that is the main thing. So if the answer is no, that's a great problem, a crucial one, because that means we are still in the discussion level, right? We have to go to the action level. We can't stay in the discussion level because that is not the goal or the objective of this summit. We have to implement something in our minds. So we want to hear more about climate action. And we have our second speaker tonight from Sri Lanka, who is Rashini Nilakna. Rashini, we are ready to hear from you.
Have a wonderful day, you all. Now I'm ready to speak about climate action. What is that? Some of you may not be familiar with that term. It's okay. I'll start like this. You know what climate change is. It's the long-term shift in temperature and weather pattern. This climate change happens when we destroy forests, burn fossil fuel, sends out greenhouse gas and waste fumes of our vehicle. There are many bad effects of climate change to us, our animal friends, and our environment. So we need to control this climate change. Anything we do to control this climate change is called climate action. It includes our plans, policies, actions, and programs. As students, we can support climate action programs. How? In many ways. Can't we use bicycles or our feet for shorter trips without using vehicles? It will help reduce emitting carbon dioxide to our beautiful environment. Let's be vegetarian. It will help reduce greenhouse gas emissions because of this. Global livestock industry produces 14.5% of all greenhouse gas emissions. Next, let's ask a kind request from our rich adults to use less fly. It will reduce burning fossil fuel. Can't we make our surrounding greener and more beautiful by growing trees? Let's ask everyone to buy climate-friendly products. Finally, we can talk to others about climate action. Let's make everyone aware of this. Let's be positive and encourage everyone to make this earth a green, clean, and more beautiful place. Thank you.
Thank you, Rashini. It was like listening to a small teacher. Nice. So I would like to point out your term global warming. Actually, I was also thinking like when we take natural resources and artificial resources, both of them, it takes only a very little time for us to use them. But have you all thought, even for a second, how much time does it take to damage the world, or for the formation, or for like to make it a change in the imbalancing of the diversity? So like it is just like for the formation, if we take, it takes thousands of years, more than thousands of years. It's like millions of years. And that's natural resources. For artificial resources to form, it causes a big damage because harmful byproducts are being emitted to the environment, like so many harmful gases being emitted to the environment. So that is how it causes the depletion of the ozone layer. That is how it causes the global warming. So that if only one country is doing polluted productions, like by the productions, if it causes pollution to the environment, not only the ozone layer, which is above that particular country, is getting depleted, right? The region, the ozone layer of the region is getting depleted. And eventually, for the globe, it affects. The whole world, it affects. Otherwise, they won't call it global warming, right? They can call it as like national warming or like regional warming. No, it's global warming. It's happening internationally. So we all have to be responsible for that. Not individually, not country level, but in a global concept, we have to think about it. So we have another guest speaker tonight, all the way from India, Mr. Ravi Shankar Kumar. Sir, are you here with us?
Yes.
Sir, could you please introduce yourself?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Could
Hello, can you hear me?
please introduce
Okay, fine. You can hear me, right? So this topic is very nice. First of all, I would like to thank Rachna ma'am. She is one of the great member of our foundation, and all of you, because whenever I see the children, so I just want to tell regarding this SDG. We have 17 goals, and each goal gives us a lot of responsibilities.
So what I want to tell for this goal is that climate action most important right now, because if you see that what is happening in the world right now, when there was a COVID, during COVID time, what was happening? During COVID time, we were facing no problem of pollutions because everything was closed by the government, and government was having a complete lockdown in India. So what I have observed is that because every car, like different vehicles were stopped by the government of India, different government around the world. So this was the very greatest step taken by the different government in different country during this COVID. But once COVID got over, people started doing the same thing again and again. It is not only about the pollution coming from the different vehicles, it is also the pollution coming from different things like we have a construction industries, and we have to act. If we are not going to act, who is going to act? Because if we want to save ourselves, we have to act. So what I request to the world community that see when we have a birthday, we give party to our friends and say that my birthday is celebrated. But why can't we do something like this? That okay, fine. Today is my 17th birthday. Today is my 18th birthday. I will plant 17 number of tree. Next year I will plant 18 number of tree. If we plant every year one tree, so what will happen is that if my age is 50 years, so I will be able to plant 50 trees. If somebody is having age of 70 years, they will be able to plant 70 trees. So see, you cannot just fully depend upon the government and say that government will do everything. No, no, no. Government is going to do nothing for you. You have to take action for yourself. If you do not take the action, then what government will do? Government can give you the instructions. Yes, you do this, you do that. See, our Prime Minister have started a mission called Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan is a mission to clean India, green India. But how many people does follow it? Only there are few people who follow it. Because you see, when we see that kachra, that morning we used to have one car in our city, Patna, they used to come and collect our kachra, like waste things. So they have a separate two section. One is for wet kachra and one is for dry kachra. But what we do, we mix everything and put in one kachra. These are things government is not going to teach us. We have to take action. And if we are going to take the action at ground level, then only world community is going to change. So we all are here to decide that what we want to do and how we want to go for it. If there are various agreements, that peace agreement, this agreement, that agreement. It doesn't work. See, agreement can be done at any point of time, but when it will start working, when each individual in this world community will come up and say that yes, I will do something for this climate things what is happening right now. I can tell you one more thing that you uh, see, we are fully depending upon the electricity generations. Like if you are in Maharashtra, you are depending on MSCP. Why can't we go for solar energy? We have a right now temperature is very high. We can adopt the solar energy, and from there we can get a lot of energy and electricity also. So we have to find the alternative solutions for different things. And not only these are the solution, only solar energy. This is one of the solution. Even we can go and get that sun like a sea water is there. From there also that energy can be generated. So rather than burning the fuel, increasing the pollution and getting the electricity, we can find out the things which has not been adopted till now. We can go for it and we can do a lot of things. A lot of things. See, now there is a war between Russia and Ukraine. A lot of wrong things are happening. We all have to come together and say to Russia and Ukraine that stop this war. Otherwise, this is going to affect the climate. Tomorrow, Russia is going to have a nuclear attack on Ukraine. What will happen? Entire Ukraine community will have a problem. Not only Ukraine, even European country will face the problem. So each world community, each person has to act that we want to do something for the world, and only if we are going to do this, this entire things will change. We can conduct a lot of meetings. We can do a lot of rallies and everything. But yes, that is good for knowledge. But if we want to take action at ground level, we have to act and each individual has to act. You should not depend upon UNO, you should not depend on government of India, you should not depend on government of Maharashtra. You have to take action by yourself. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, if you can add a few words about yourself so the community can know what things you have done to the world. Sir, can you hear me?
Ravi ji, are you there?
हाँ मैम बोलिए ना.
Yes, sir, we want you to introduce yourself so that the youth should know about you and the kind of work you are doing for them also. Because you are the youth icon
अच्छा अच्छा.
and we want to listen from you. Students have joined from Sri Lanka and from Bangladesh, so they should know about you a little bit.
Yes, definitely, ma'am. Dear children, I just want to tell to all of you that you come from Sri Lanka or you come from Thailand or you come from America, it doesn't matter. Matter is that what we do for our country. Always keep in mind that country first. Country first. If country is going to grow, we all are going to grow. If country will never grow, we are not going to. So keep always in mind that country first. And what we are trying to do is that, see, now we are in 5G. Earlier we were in 4G. So we are, every day we are taking another step to go ahead in the world community, you know. What I want from each one of you that rather than depending upon the book, rather than depending upon the different materials or different research work which has been done earlier, try to find out something which is done by you. So if you are started doing something like this, so Sri Lanka, because now Sri Lanka is facing a lot of crisis and India is always ready to support Sri Lanka. You might have seen that our Prime Minister sent million barrel of diesel to Sri Lanka previous a few months back. So each one of you have to take the action. And Sri Lanka is a very beautiful country. What I have been visiting to Sri Lanka, I have seen there is a beautiful places are there, and there is from there we can earn a lot of money. But because of this COVID, Sri Lanka has faced this crisis, economic crisis. So you all have to decide what you want to do for your nation. If you start doing for your nation, the nation will grow. You all will get a job, and if you all will get a job, country will be happy. So I have only one message for all of you. See, right now what we are doing, Rachna ma'am is also contributing a lot for us. I'm not saying that I am the one who is doing everything. It's a teamwork. So we are empowering the children. Right now, 1 lakh plus children has been given free of cost space education. Why? Because this is the world right now is fully for a space. You see NASA, you see ISRO, you see Moscow Space Agency, everywhere space is required. If you are running 5G in your phone, space is required. So I want you all to take a new initiative. Start from today. Give something to the world. Don't just think that government will do, government will do. Government is going to do nothing. We have to do something to inspire them. Then they will start doing something. So work together, work hard for your country. And if you keep your country first, definitely you are always first in the world. Thank you. Jai Hind, ma'am. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Bharat Mata Ki.
Thank you, sir. Yes, we heard from the founder of IDYM India. It has been lovely to hear from you, sir, and thank you for visiting Sri Lanka, and hope you will visit in the future as well. So yes, it's a beautiful country, everyone should visit. So actually, sir, that's really amazing what you focused. Only government can do a change in the world, sure. Because even yesterday was another session that we discussed the same things. Like I was also mentioning in the chat box that they have implemented some things to the world, right, to the country. They have imposed rules and regulations, but not everyone is following them. That's the main reason for a country not to develop also. Like here in Sri Lanka, in most of the districts, they have implemented a rule where they don't collect garbage if they don't give it separately, if they don't segregate and give it to the truck. But if it's a rule only, we are following it. If they are coming just and collecting and going, we aren't giving it properly. Because if they are not, because they are not taking the garbage, we are segregating it. At least that way, the people are following it. Because otherwise, we know we have to suffer with the garbage here. So there are things that government is implementing and trying to do a better job, but people aren't actually helping them. So we need to implement it individual level as well as support the family members if they are doing good to the environment. Support your company, the supply chain management maybe, or the maintenance departments maybe. Support them, do your best to support them, and even to the private sector or the other stakeholders who are taking actions to prevent the environment. So like prevent pollution and support a better environment, support them as well. And even the government, when they impose laws and regulations, try to obey them and try to build your country, as I said. Then you can eventually make a better world. So thank you, sir. Ma'am, I would like to hear a few words from you as well.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And today we really had an amazing session with two great speakers and representing their country, Ambassador Noor. And I would like to just tell all the kids also that the dedication, when you say something, I know these two persons are very busy. Today they have joined us in spite of the busy schedule. And also lot of works they are committed to in so many places. Ambassador Noor Ahmed is also traveling by flight. He showed me his tickets that he's really traveling. I said, I don't need any proof. I know he'll be joining in, but yes, network issues are there. And Engineer Ravi Shankar Kumar is very busy. He's having back-to-back webinars, and every day he is so much focused with his work. But in spite of all this, he never said a no or never said, this is called commitment. When you commit to something, you need to join in spite of all the yeah, just a second, some noise issues are there. Yeah, so that is what is commitment. It is very important now for the youth to understand, because they always have certain reasons and last moment which pop out. If you have any reason, you need to give it prior, so that everything can be planned. So this is the first important thing. And then secondly, I wanted to wish all the mentors and teachers. Sampath sir had also joined from ILS Sri Lanka, but he left sooner. Probably he's having a lot of other engagements. And happy Teachers Day to all of you from Sri Lanka, all the mentors, and of course, belated International Happy Teachers Day to all the other mentors who had joined in and who is watching us live. So thank you so much for being with us and supporting us for all these 11 days which we had. And today is the 11th day, and successfully we are listening to so many amazing speakers. Though we kept very few speakers every day, two speakers, maximum we kept 3 speakers in a day. It was nice to listen to them and interact one-on-one with them, and seeing the attendance of these kids every day was really, really amazing. We could really understand that these kids really knew the importance of the speech which we are conferring on them. Climate action is a serious note, which Ambassador Noor also pointed out, that all the other goals are reflecting on it. So it is basically a threat to the entire civilization. The effects are already visible. And of course, we need to do action right now, whether it is educating or by taking out new innovation method, and then taking out to the climate commitment. We can make the necessary changes to protect our own planet, and these changes will also provide the huge opportunities to modernize our infrastructure, and it will create, of course, in the long run, the new jobs. So it is everyone's duty right now to make a new framework and convention on it to the climate change. So we need to organize such speeches, create that awareness for the people, and then it is possible. Climate is the basic factor which is, changing the ecological balance. The ecological balance is getting changed because of it. Day by day, the winters, the summers have been prolonged or delayed. It's because of the climate change. The farmers are facing problem because of the climate change. So it is very important right now that we all interface and take action to it and react to whatever is needed. So that is what I wanted to say about climate action. We have lot of committees coming up. If you open the YouTube channel, you'll find out about climate action. There are so many delegations and so many live telecasts being done. It's really very important that the youth should also realize and they should join in this venture. We have a youth icon who is also deliberating and taking a lot of actions from the Russian government and the Ukraine government. They have been deliberating on this action plans of climate, that so that the glaciers, the ice should not melt out because of the global warming. What is this global warming? It is because we are too much prone to technology, which I mentioned yesterday also. We need to cut short the technological use. Whenever needed, we need to use. So very nicely said by Rishini also, who highlighted certain points about climate change. Rishini was very, very good today with her expression. I really felt as if I was seeing her in front of me expressing. It would be really wonderful, Rishini and all the other speakers from Sri Lanka, if we could see you all or listen to you all, offline, and witness an amazing session with all these amazing kids from Sri Lanka. Really talented, and I want to thank Sampath sir also for that, because he's taking all the pains and nurturing these kids for their speech sessions. Though the main important theme behind it, the basic line or the tagline behind it is the SDG goals, which we are working on. But the way these kids have delegated and the way they spoke from the heart, it was really amazing. Thanks, Rishini. Thanks, Ambassador Noor. Thanks of course, Engineer Ravi Shankar ji, who had joined us. And of course, Sichini, my wonderful moderator. Today, though it was the last moment decision, but still Sichini is there with us. So thank you so much for joining in. And it was really amazing listening to all these wonderful speakers across the globe. And I appreciate such sessions. Of course, many mentors are not able to join. Though Sampath sir had joined us for a few minutes, probably he's having some examination. So maybe we are expecting all the mentors together on the day 17th, wherein it will be a little longer day for us in the show. So we expect everyone to wait for a longer period of time and witness this amazing session. Thank you so much. Over to you, Sachini.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Rishini.
What?
Rishini, your face is getting cut, so I need to see your face. Yeah, a little bit. Yes. Now this is better.
Okay. Happy Teachers Day for my loving sir and the other teachers. And first, I would like to thank my loving sir, Mr. Sampath Navaratnam, and the loving advisors, Professor Rajana ma'am. I know you are always trying to guide us. So the loving words are coming. This is the time to show your talent to the world. Miss Sakni Surya Bandara, thank you for your loving word. And CWMA organization, giving us this wonderful chance. And thank you everyone who joined. And even we are in different countries, we are still getting together with this youth summit. So thank you also for that. And we will also meet at tomorrow. Until that time, thank you all of you. Thank you. Bye.
I hope, ma'am, she will be a great moderator in the future. Yes, you can join CWMA also to be a moderator.
You can be a moderator now next, Rishini. You are so expressive. So we would love you to join, and I would request Sampath sir that some kids, we need to moderate for the online session during the kids session. So you would be really amazing the way you speak. Thank you so much, Rishini.
Thank you also.
Yes, ma'am. So I think there are lesser participation from the audience today because there are some network issues happening even in Sri Lanka as well these days due to the weather conditions. So I think we have come to the end of the session. So I would like to see all of you tomorrow also. We are having another new goal to discuss, the 14th goal. So be there at 6:30 India time, live on our Facebook page and the YouTube channel. So let's see who will be there tomorrow. We'll discuss another valuable session. We'll have another valuable session tomorrow as well. So thank you, ma'am, for being here. And like she said, guiding us all the time, being a great mentor. So
Thank you.
happy Teachers Day again, ma'am. And
Wish you the same, Sachini. Happy Teachers Day to you too.
thank you, ma'am. I'm not a teacher, but I have two teachers.
I know,
at
but
home.
yeah, but now you are mentoring all the kids also with some certain tips. So you are a teacher as it is.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So requesting everyone to join tomorrow. So until tomorrow, stay safe. Bye-bye.
Bye, all of you. Bye, bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Now.